Hey everybody, what's going on? Juan here. Welcome back to the channel. And my friends, I have exciting news that I'm about to unfold. This is like a gift card that Nicole got me for my birthday. It has a Best Buy thing, but I mean, look at that. Just imagine that this right here was the announcement, and I'm about to do this. I'm about to reveal it. But I'm not going to give a Best Buy gift card giveaway, though I should really get around to using that. But anyway, the point is that I'm going to be participating in a brand new podcast called A Cast to the Past. And for anybody that used to follow me in the days of Byte That, which was a wrestling podcast which I co-hosted for 4 years, it's the same team. Ryan McNulty, Keith Poshik, and yours truly, Juan Velas. We will be co-hosting a bi-weekly podcast where we take this time-traveling machine and we do a retrospective style podcast about the great things and the bad things of the past. And these can be video games, movies, TV shows, pop culture as a whole, professional wrestling, because we love that wrestling and we got to make that part of the show. And the great thing is that it's going to be one episode, one topic. So in this first episode, which is the pilot episode, which is available right now, you can check it out right now if you search A Cast to the Past on YouTube or podcast apps. I'm also going to make sure I link it at the very end of this video. We talk about nostalgia. We also go over all the details about the show, the formatting, etc. The reason that it is going to be a bi-weekly show is pretty simple. First of all, we want to make sure that neither you or us burn out because we may not get to complete some of the games. Obviously, we will watch entire movies, but whatever the case, we are going to have a Discord channel, and we want to make sure that more so than just you listening to us and enjoying the content, that we get the conversation going. So we're going to make sure that with every episode, we actually announce the upcoming episodes ahead of time. So if we say we're going to be talking about X game in November and X game in December, you know that you can pick it out of your collection or you can buy it and stuff like that. You can play it for yourself. You can drop questions. We can have that be part of the show. And on the Discord, we can all talk about this. If we're stuck on a scene or something like that. Earlier in the year, my wife and I did something similar called the Press Pause Game Club, and we always loved that idea. And the good thing is that because an entire podcast is dedicated to this, that means that it's always going to be a game club or a movie club, etc. Because bare minimum, there's always going to be 3 people talking about that topic. In this case, that's Ryan, Keith, and myself. I'm really excited that we finally got to announcing this because it was about a year ago that we concluded the Byte That Wrestling podcast. And for those that don't know, I'm in Puerto Rico. So just before Hurricane Maria, we decided to end the podcast. The hurricane happened right afterwards. And I love podcasting. A lot of my work requires I travel a lot in my car. So I have the Podcast Addict app, which, if you have an Android phone, let me know which is the app that you use because this one takes a little bit of battery life, but it works for me. And I listen to like a good 8 to 10 hours of podcasting. I'll actually get the podcast app out here. So you see, I'm not kidding. This is my app here. I listen to anything from All Systems Goku, The Art of Wrestling with Cole Cabana, ENC's Pod of Awesomeness, The Giant Bombcast, The Player One Podcast, The Kevin Rose Show, and many others. And Sporkful. If you guys like food, consider checking out the Sporkful. I love that podcast. That has nothing to do with this video, but I love me some podcasting because I know that a lot of us, either because we drive a lot or we work a lot of times we're sitting down and we're just doing a certain task. And for some people, they just like to watch a movie like on the side or a YouTube channel, or they like to listen to music. But in my case, I love long form content. I love conversations, just hearing people talk about a specific topic. And that passion is what led Byte That to growing a dedicated fan base. And we know that's going to be happening with A Cast to the Past. That doesn't mean that this channel is going to be affected, at least in the way that it currently is. I'm really happy that I'm posting 1 video a week. Ideally, I would like to do a lot more, but podcast has always been my passion. As a matter of fact, my wife has actually heard me do these soap operas when I was like a kid. My mom actually pulled out a tape once when my wife she was like my friend / girlfriend, like right in between. I was at the bathroom. All of a sudden, I leave the bathroom and I hear little Juan, and I'm like, "Oh my God, my mom did not just hit play on that. Please, why did she do that?" And if anybody's asking if I have that, I know my mom still has that, and I can probably find it. And if I ever do, I guess I'll publish it because I'm talking about it, and it's YouTube, so inevitably, I guess it has to become a reality. But I love the idea of you grab a microphone and you tell a story. You share your story. You talk about a specific topic and you get that discussion. You get the feedback. And don't get me wrong, I love this channel and I get to present to you. But because A Cast of the Past is a 3-person format show, that means that you have 3 different mindsets. So, for example, with The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, it's going to be one of the first episodes. I'm going in as somebody that played like 10 minutes of it back in the day because monetarily speaking, I couldn't really afford it. And it wasn't really my genre. And I go over a lot more details on the pilot episode, so I'm not going to spoil that. But Ryan loved it. Like Ryan's really passionate about A Link to the Past. So I know that when we get to the nitty gritty and talk about X or Y game, we're going to have different opinions. Same thing with the movies. We're working on a schedule. So if you guys have any questions, recommendations about the show, don't necessarily drop those here. Go over and subscribe to that YouTube channel, A Cast of the Past, and let us know over there. But we were like, okay, so we got to mix things up. With video games, they take up a lot of time, right? So we're going to have a video game and then a movie and then perhaps a wrestling show and little things like that. And sometimes we may have an awesome game that the 3 of us loved. We may have a bad movie that none of us have watched or that 2 of us watched and we're forcing the other person to watch it. So it's going to be a really fun conversation. The YouTube version, as opposed to the traditional audio podcast version, is going to have a bit of a visual experience. Obviously, we cannot put video footage for movies and stuff like that because, well, we want the channel to survive, right? But for video games, we will make sure to put some gameplay footage. Depending if a movie had a video game, then maybe we put some footage of that. So hypothetically, I love me some Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. If we ever get to watching some of the movies, which Ryan doesn't want us to, but you can go over there and let him know that we probably should at some point down the line, then I can put some footage of the PlayStation 2 game, which I actually played as part of an Extra Life marathon. But I just wanted to make this video as a small update because, number 1, don't forget that the pilot episode is available right now. And number 2, man, this is like Christmas in October. I forgot what month we're in. Man, this year has flown by, right? And I've always said it since day one. The reason that I do this channel and that I do the podcast and that I do a Press Pause TV with my wife, where we stream on Twitch, is because I like it. I enjoy doing it. And I want to keep doing it. I mean, it really is that simple. It's not this complicated scheme of, I'm going to do this for the popularity and the influencers and all that stuff. I truly do enjoy what I do. And hopefully you enjoy watching it. And hopefully you, my friends, will enjoy listening to A Cast to the Past. Which, for the final thing, when Ryan McNulty, he's the person that suggested the name, I was like, there's no way that name is not taken. Then I go on Twitter and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's available. Then I go to hover.com for the domain and I'm like, it's actually available. So we bought both acasttothepast.com and casttothepast.com. So remember that you can subscribe to the channel. We need to get to the 1,000 subs if you want to get the custom YouTube URL. So that is acasttothepast.com/YouTube and acasttothepast.com/Discord if you want to chat with us over there, as well as acasttothepast. Man, I've been saying that a lot now. The name across all social media. I'm the one that's handling it there. So if you ever see me there, just say, hey, what up? I watched the YouTube video and I definitely want to check out this stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for this video. I am super excited. I cannot stress that enough. So hopefully you check it out. Let me know what you think about the podcast, either over there or over here. Let me know what else you want to be seeing right here on the channel. Stay tuned, because if everything goes according to plan, you should be seeing the PlayStation 2 Collections video within a week and a half. But every time I talk about this, something happens. So knock on wood, even though I'm not even sure this is real wood. Oh no, seriously, I really don't know if this is real wood, but I'm knocking on it anyway. But I'm going to be working on that, plus a video about pre-ordering video games. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, all that stuff. Hopefully you enjoy the content. So until next time, thank you for watching and supporting. And never forget, folks, that this announcement video and podcasting video topic has concluded. As you can tell, the epic journey, not only does it continue, it technically begins with a cast to the past. So thank you for watching, gang. Take care. Do this. Ready, man. Gonna be talking about them video games. Should we talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie? You know which one I'm talking about. Oh, yeah.